he completed Veda education, and then what you call the teacher, Disapamuk teacher, was very dearly to this very friendly boy, and he loved very much this boy. But normally the Indian teachers, they never show a special partiality to their children, students, because it can cause some damage. Then Disapamuk teacher was very careful. He just give teaching but keep distance. Then the students, all other students, they knew that this Ahinsaka is very clever boy, very clever student, and they knew that this student completed his study, going to complete his studies very quick, very fast. Then what they did is very slowly the other students, children, they felt jealousy about this child. Then they were planning certain way to break the friendship relationship, and what you call, to make this child not a good child, student. Then they were, at the beginning they said that one day all the children are students, they were Disapamuk teacher, he is going the first, and all other students going following the teacher, and the youngest one was Ahinsaka. Then one day they were going all the way to certain distance. Then the last one is Ahinsaka. Then Ahinsaka was going following the last chain in that group. No? Then they were going. One day when they were going, then there was something placed in one of the, what you call, in front of the house. They have a little ground, and they put something to dry there. Then all of them are going, and somehow something had happened. One part of that, what you call, in India, in Sri Lanka and countries like that, we put something to dry in a special kind of carpet. So what they did is they kicked this one to further to the other side. But they placed there, all went to the ground, and then they went to the water. They took a bath, and when they come, the family, the head of the house came to the Disapamuk teacher and told, your students are very bad. When they were passing my compound, they kicked to my house and make it other side, and now it's trouble. Disapamuk Acharya, he got to complain, and he returned home to the school, but he did not show, he don't know who it was. Then some people, they went to the teacher and said it was done by the youngest boy who came at last in the chair. Then it was, then it was what you call Ahinsaka. But this teacher, he knew very well that it is not going to, things like that will not be done by such an innocent boy. He knew very, very clearly. He did not believe at all. Then what happened is that then he advised, don't do in the future such things. It is very bad. And when you are going to do that in common, in general, he gave advice to them, don't do this kind of things. Then all students listened to the talk, and then they went to their rooms, and then later on, another time, there were so many complaints against Ahinsaka, but the teacher did not take them seriously. He knew that this boy is a very innocent boy. At last, what he did is, he came to the teacher and said, your wife also loved this child very much. Your wife also loved this child very much. Then the Disapamuk teacher did not think that this is something like that. And then anyway, the jealousness convinced his, even the students' jealousness convinced so much to move the teacher. At last, what the teacher did was that teacher made his mind up. he wait until the last day. Then at last, teacher's mind was convinced by the anger because of the wife. Then the teacher said, okay, what you can. Then the last day came, when the day was to complete his degree. He completed his degree very well, and in those days the tradition was to give something, Guru Pandu, we call it the present to the teacher. When education is completed, students are supposed to give some gifts to the teacher. Then then the asked from the teacher. It was a day for the what you call graduation, and then he went to the teacher and asked, Venerable sir, dear teacher, I am so proud, I am so happy to be with you and educate, and I shall please you, if you could give me whatever you want, please ask me, then I will fulfill your wish. Then what happened is that, okay, then what I want is a garland of fingers, Angulimala. Then the fingers, collect the fingers from 1,000 garland mark, what you call, with 1,000 fingers. Cut this finger and collect and make a finger garland. And then what happened is that then the teacher gave such a demand. Then he had no any way to escape, Then he was forced. He had no chance to decide anything else, because teacher's wish is to make a garland of what you call fingers. Then Ahimsaka, he knew very well that he was so wise, He knew very clearly that this is not a gift, but he is expecting this is a kind of punishment. And then he was so polite, obedient to his teacher. Okay, teacher, if it is your wish, then I make for you. And then what he did is he went to the forest, and he took a what you call sword, and went on collecting 1,000 fingers. That means those days, who were the people, those who were passing that forest, he was hiding in the forest and collecting fingers. And one finger collect, 2 fingers collect, 3 fingers collect, and then he collected so many fingers. And not only that, he did a very bad thing also. To collect the fingers, he was forced to kill the people. When he was doing like that, the king was very upset about this what you call dangerous, ferocious person. The royal, what you call, the king who was ruling the country was very upset. Oh, very dangerous person come to the forest, this area. And then he was almost on the way to send the army to take him. Then one day the Buddha, this story went to the Ahimsaka's mother. Then what happened is that, it is my son who is in the forest, who is collecting fingers. Then mother was, mothers, they are full of love. They are not ready to accept something if something wrong happened to their children. Then they have a strong feeling of love towards their children. Then mother heard that Ahimsaka, who was studying in Takshila, gone to the forest and collecting fingers now. And then mother was he felt very sorry about it. And she made a strong determination, I will go and collect my son. I will go and help my son. And full of strong desire to bring him back to. Then he went. She was on the way to go to the forest. In Angulimala's world, in the way how Angulimala thinks, to him now his mind is completely focused to collect 1,000 fingers. Whoever comes at first, he will take the finger now. Now he has already collected 999 and one was missing. Then it was the day, whoever, it doesn't matter, comes and he will take the finger to fulfill the to fulfill the teacher's